Manchester United versus Brighton. Manchester United take on Brighton in the FA Cup as this is Manchester United's last chance to win silverware or last chance to achieve something meaningful this season. This season it's going down the drain. There's been nothing good happening in the season. So hopefully, this is our last chance. So hopefully we can do good at it. This is also Mr. Darren Fletcher's last game, hopefully, so if you could go unbeaten, 2 games unbeaten, and hopefully can win this game, this will really benefit us, benefit us. So yeah, he'll play the 4-2-3-1 formation. Hopefully it doesn't change from that formation and try to do anything funny. Yeah, and he just sticks to that because it worked well last game, but we conceded some goals. So maybe just some minor tweaks and I think we should be okay. Also, we got a huge boost in this game with Benjamin Sesko. Or should I say he has a huge boost in this game, He scored 2 goals in the last game against Burnley. So yeah, I think this is a confidence boost he needed. He'd create more chances. He'd be more confident. And him being more confident is just an overall boost for the team. Hopefully they'll pass the ball more to him, create more chances for him and not be selfish. Also Bruno's back, Bruno being back in the midfield. He's that link, like how we created an assist for Benjamin in the last game. So yeah, there's some positives, but there's also positives for the opponent. Brighton are coming off a 1-1 draw against Man City, and I don't care what anyone says, getting a 1-1 draw against Man City is a tough task for any team because Man City are always a team that's going to try to win. We know how Pep play and they have some wonderful players. So yeah, it was a 1-1 draw against City, but they'll be happy with that. Like I said, they'll be happy with that point. And yeah, the key man, in this game for Brighton, I want to talk about him. He goes by the name of Matoma. He actually scored the goal against City. So yeah, he's going to be really, really painful to deal with. Really painful. He's going to test our defense, especially Luke Shaw or Diego Dallo. Luke Shaw or Diego Dallo is going to have a nightmare against this guy, and I'm not confident in that battle that Dallo or Shaw is going to be victorious against Matoma. I'm just being honest, Brighton are going to absorb pressure. They're going to punish us if we make a mistake, and especially Matoma, because Brighton play counter-attacking football, and I don't think Luke Shaw or Dallo will be able to deal with that pretty well. So, yeah. Also, the midfield battle. The midfield is where the games are won and lost for me. Obviously, this is a game where, I'm going to be honest, I don't want Casemiro to start in this game. And I can't believe I'm saying this because Casemiro is one of my favorite players. Even before he played for Manchester United at Real Madrid, he was one of my favorite midfielders. But I just don't think he has it anymore. He looked very tired, very lethargic. He couldn't run properly. He was being wasteful with the ball in the last game. And that was against Burnley. So against Brighton, it's just going to be worse. So what I would do is I would say give Casemiro a break. Maybe he needs a break, let him rest. And start Kobe, man. Kobe's back, free Kobe Maino. Kobe is back, man. I think Kobe would be perfect for this game. I think the fans have forgotten what Kobe is about, man. If we recall, Kobe was the one that won us the FA Cup some seasons ago. So I think it's time that Kobe reminds everyone, including the fans, what he's really about, because this guy has got huge potential. He's an absolute baller. So I'll start Kobe and Ugarte, probably Bruno as well in the midfield 3. And I'll probably play Mount or Zerske in the 10. I wouldn't start Cunha in the 10 because he's another one that I want to talk about, man. Cunha, haven't been impressed with Cunha, if I'm being honest. Cunha, haven't been impressed with him. I think he's another one that deserves a break. I think that he should just be rested, Give him a break. Maybe bring him on second half if we need a little bit spice in the team or in the attack, I think, yeah, just give him a break. Don't start him. Because, Brighton, their midfield is going to be hard, man. So that's what I'm saying. We need Kobe in the midfield because especially against someone like Pascal Grobe, in Brighton, he had a really good game against City. Yeah, Yeah, so Kobe should start that. I think Cunha should be rested. I think Casemiro should be rested. We should actually, this is gonna be a hot take, but Shea Lacey, man, Shea Lacey deserves to start this match, man. It's FA Cup. It's Fletcher's last game. Take all the risk, Fletcher, bro. High risk, high reward. Start Shea Lacey, man. Shea Lacey, I think that kid is hungry. He's young. He has something to prove, and I think if we start him, it could be high risk, high reward. So yeah, we're obviously missing a lot of players, Ahmed, Mbeumo, Mazarawi. So yeah, we don't have our full team. Also, we're missing the Lit, Mateus the Lit. So I'm not very defensively secure, I'm not confident in defense. The Lit has been a huge miss for us. I've seen Maguire on the bench the last game, so I'd actually start Maguire in this game too, because Brighton with the height and stuff, like Lewis Dunk, stuff like that. So I'd start Maguire in this game. Yeah, we need players, man. We need to sign some players. January transfer window, we need to sign some defenders. We need to sign some midfielders. Hopefully Ineos here, get that checkbook open. I know there's funds. Y'all had money to sign some menu, but y'all didn't. So there is funds there. So please, yeah, hopefully, I might make a video about that for some January transfer windows. Let me know, guys. Would you like a video about some January transfer windows? About the January transfer window. Who we could potentially sign. Also, this game has a lot of cup history, In 2023, if I recall, we went out to a penalty shootout. So yeah, this game is not going to be a dead game, guys. This game is not going to end in a 0-0. This game could be a 3-3, a 3-1, 3-2, 4-2. Yeah, a lot of goals, a lot of action. And this is going to be a dramatic game. I can just feel it. There's no way this game is going to be like a dead game. I don't think this is going to be a dead game, yeah. So yeah, that's it, guys. This is gonna be a nail biter guaranteed. My prediction is gonna be a 3-2, man. 3-2. Sesko with some goals, Bruno with some assists. I'm sure Brighton could score because, like I said, our defense is not good. So Brighton could score. I don't think, and Lemons, man, Lemons, I don't know, man. He needs to be diving more for some goals, man. I've seen him, been watching some games, and he's been letting in some easy goals go in. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Brighton, I see Brighton scoring some goals, but I also see us scoring some goals. So my prediction will be 3-2 United. I think United will be 3-2. Let me know, guys, what is your score prediction? Write it down in the comments. And yeah, this is it for the video, guys. This has been Jordan Talks Football. Hopefully you have a good day, night, wherever you may be. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and